Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. Tonight, it's going to be night two of WrestleMania 42. If you haven't already checked out the review for night one, it'll be down in the description box below while you're there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go follow his channel where he reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. And while you're there, follow us on Spotify too. We're at 400 subs, 600 more, and we will eat 1,000 subs. Will
Okay,
we?
eating
Yeah.
things.
Eating things. Yes, exactly. So tonight we're reviewing night two of WrestleMania, and we start off the show with Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar.
How long was this match?
How long was this match? Not very long at all. Probably somewhere between 5 to 7 minutes. It was 4 minutes 46
Yeah, I
seconds.
was about to say it was like 3 minutes. Um, did I like the outcome? Did I like what the match was trying to give me storyline wise? Did I like
Yep,
the way that the thing that happened after? Yes.
I was very
But it
happy
was
with
not a
this.
good match. It was
No,
just whatever.
but it's a Brock Lesnar match.
But like I need some kind of substance.
Yeah, Obafemi should have dominated this match.
I don't care about that. It just should have
No,
been some kind of match.
okay. But at least they're not shying away from putting over newer talent.
Or Bork Laser.
No. I mean, Oba goes over in this match in a really, really short match, and Brock takes off his boots. He supposedly retires.
He's definitely retiring.
You think so?
Yeah.
So, going back to last night's review, we didn't mention, but when Gunther beat Seth, he said to Paul, "Now you owe me a favor." I just assumed that that favor was going to be Gunther retiring Brock in Minnesota at SummerSlam.
Well, maybe this is him announcing his retirement, and then we get that match.
Yeah, but usually when you leave your boots in the ring, that's it.
I don't know, man. Sometimes people believe boots, and sometimes they don't.
Okay. Well, supposedly we get a Bork laser retirement,
Allegedly,
allegedly. So with that, we are getting probably the best match on the entire 2 nights, the ladder match for the Intercontinental
easily,
Championship.
easily the best match.
Penta,
Not even
Javon
close.
Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio.
And it starts off with the most fluffy, light, not ladder match stuff at all.
Hmm.
That's typical WWE. And I was like, oh no, this match is gonna suck. And it got a lot better. There was a couple really great spots.
JD took a few nar spots.
Yeah, he took some crazy bumps. Miro took an insane bump on the ladder that I thought he
Oh,
definitely died.
when Ray jumped over Dragon Lee there and he landed on
No, he like tried to attack Penta, and Penta threw him
it
over the
was Penta,
ropes,
yeah.
and he caught him and like smashed through the ropes in a pile driver.
Yeah. See, I thought Miro wasn't going to work in this match, but he was okay in this match. It was just
Well, he's
like
been in the ladder match in AEW, which he was good in it.
the
So
gauntlet matches,
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, this was really really fun. I had so much fun with this match. Javon Evans, this kid
he should have
is
won. I think it's
yeah.
crazy. I don't think it's like when you finish watching WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Like when we get to the end of this thing and you think back on night one and night two and you realize everything is just a play to make money and it's
Hmm.
not about the wrestling at all. It's
Yeah.
kind of like because Penta doesn't need the belt longer. They're just keeping it on Penta because Penta sells masks.
Yep. He sells the merch.
And it's like he doesn't even need a belt to be in a feud. Penta's the kind I was gonna say rapper.
Yeah.
Penta's the kind of wrestler that can just have good matches. You
And
don't need
carry,
him.
yeah.
Mind you, everything he did in this match just reminded me of everything before WWE, where he was like a walking injury machine. Anyone who wrestled
Yep.
him got hurt.
Yep.
Like you were guaranteed to get
We're
injured if you
talking Lucha
wrestled Penta.
Underground early
Yeah,
AEW days.
like we're talking freaking top flight guy breaking his leg through the
Yep.
through the tables.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it was a really good match. It
It
was.
was though,
The
yeah.
one spot I really want to call attention to that made me so upset was the Javon Evans cutter. Because why would Miro jump off the ladder into the cutter? Like try to I know
Make it look
you don't want to make the botch happen, but I would rather see Javon miss it and fall to the floor and Miro be like ha ha and then get kicked off the ladder by somebody
yeah.
than him have to dive off the ladder and why would he do that?
Yeah, and I saw your message. You messaged right away, Putty, Rey Mysterio, Deadpool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And I think
Shao Kahn.
Penta was it Shao Kahn because it
They
looked like
even made mention
Daredevil.
of it. No,
He
they
had like
made
a
mention of it.
logo on his back that looked like the D from Daredevil.
No, no, they made mention because it's sponsored by Mortal Kombat, that
Okay,
match.
well, whatever. Good for them.
Yeah, but yeah, there
Yeah,
was sponsors everywhere.
it is what it is. It toys what it was, and
It
I
only
mean
went 15 minutes.
no, it was a good match. It was a
Yeah.
solid 15 minutes. That was a good length. In a
Yeah,
ladder match, I don't really need it to be
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. So with that,
And there's a caveat to long
mhm.
WWE matches.
So Penta retains the championship, which you said we think Javon Evans should have been given the belt here.
I think so.
Yeah. With that, our next match is Sami Zayn defending the United States Championship against Trick Williams with Little Yachty.
I honestly thought this was a pretty not good match.
It was kind of boring.
It was just like it almost was like vindication for me, reminding me why I used to talk shit about Trick because
Yep.
he was doing that women's wrestler thing where he was like trying so hard to be in the spot and he wasn't ever sure if he was in the right spot
Yep.
and he would like shuffle his feet to move over and like they missed um Sami Zayn tried to give him I can't remember what happened. I forget.
I think
Sami
was
Zayn
it
tried to do something
the
to him
Blue
and then
Thunder
he was
Bomb.
out of the spot and then he had to like move himself over to make sure he was there.
Oh, for the haluva kick?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
I should have took notes to be honest with you, but I just didn't. It wasn't like a poo match. Like
No.
I'm not gonna sit here, but it's like everyone who thinks that we're already at the stage where like it's over, done deal. Trick is the next big thing. Like he's not even fully ready to have good
No.
matches yet.
Oba's better than he is right now.
Oba's amazing. Oba is a real wrestler. Okay, listen,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Oba is already prepared to be a top star.
Yep.
Javon Evans is just born with the
That
talent of a
talent.
Will Ospreay or like Leon Slater or like
And
he
he's
just
only
has that.
21.
He has that Trey Miguel, like it's just in him. That
Yeah.
Ace Austin, he's that guy, right? Trick is a guy who's an excellent has a lot of athleticism. I don't want to say he's an excellent athlete
Yeah.
because I don't know if he's good at any
He has the
sports.
charisma too.
He does, but I still don't like the way he talks.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like and we'll talk about this in the main event. His talk is like what what do the kids think sounds cool, say? Like an old white guy in the
Oh
back writing
my
a
God.
script. You
Probably
know,
is.
like oh, they like to say words like gnarly and cowabunga.
Cowabunga, dude.
That's like how his promos are cut.
Yeah.
And
But
it's like he's getting there, but he's not there yet.
yeah. But we do get outside tomfoolery or buffoonery, whatever you would like to use, by Little Yachty, and Trick is your new United States champion.
We knew Trick was gonna win,
Yeah.
and not even by like begrudgingly knew. We wanted him to win. It was the
Yeah.
right choice to make. Why is Sami Zayn
Yeah.
an anything
I
champion at this
understand
point?
why now. If you went back and they explained it during the show, what ended up happening was Trick cost Carmelo the belt against Sammy because he's never beaten Carmelo before. Carmelo's always beaten him, so he didn't want to face Carmelo, and that's why he helped Sammy win the belt because he knew he could beat Sammy.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna have a defense, maybe two defenses. Carmelo's gonna face him, beat him. He's gonna
Hmm.
face Carmelo to get the belt back, lose again, and then the third match he's gonna beat Melo finally at like SummerSlam or
Yeah.
something like that, and he'll go back to being U.S. champion.
Yeah. So with that, our next match is the demon version of Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio.
My biggest gripe with this because this was actually a good match.
Yeah,
It
this
was a
is
better
probably Dominic's best match I've ever seen.
no. A couple of those AAA matches were really
Yeah.
solid.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's if you give him someone to work with, who
Hmm.
example one of the greatest juniors of all
All
time,
time.
you're gonna get a good match out of Dominic.
Yeah.
But I think as far as a plunder match goes, this was way better
The
than Jacob
the
Fatu
and the Drew
and Drew
McIntyre one. Yeah.
McIntyre. But the thing I don't like that I have a real issue with is they've completely cartoonified the demon. Like it's a cartoon character for children to sell
No.
things. It's no longer, even the last time I didn't really like it, but it felt more like dark. Like there was like a
The last
darkness
time, what
to
was it? It
it.
was Edge versus Finn, right?
I want to
At
say
the
Edge versus Finn, but it still
at
had that
Hell in a
like
Cell.
grit to it. This lost all
Yeah,
the grit, and it was like we were watching a cartoon.
yeah, with the
And
Papa Shango staff and
yeah,
all
and I
that.
don't like that. Like I don't need that. But it's fine. It's not for me, and that's okay. But it's just
But
it
the
seems
match
odd.
itself, yeah,
The
but
match
the match
itself was
itself was
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so far we're 4 matches deep and it's only what, 8:30?
Yeah, there's too short. How long
Yeah.
was this match?
This was only 10.5 minutes.
To be honest with you, this one felt like the longest match.
Yeah.
The
Other than
trick,
the main event.
how long was Trick?
Trick was 7 minutes.
That it honestly, that one also felt like 4 minutes. I thought
Yeah.
I was like it just started. I'm like, how was it over?
Yeah.
How much wrestling have we had now if you add up all four of those
If we add
matches?
up all 4 matches, we've had 20, 37 minutes of wrestling.
And it's been about 2 hours. It's been
Two and
on
a
two and
half
a half
hours. Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
That's
27 minutes.
it's telling.
It's bad. Yeah. And okay, this is my thing. I pay for a Netflix subscription. I pay the top tier for Netflix subscription. Why the hell am I getting ads?
They're selling ad spots. The funny part was yesterday, NHL bought an ad spot for you from that WrestleMania night one.
Really?
Yeah, there was the NHL playoffs commercial
On Prime?
on I don't know if no, it was just literally the NHL.
NHL play. Okay. Because it would have been funny if
If it
Prime
was
bought up.
for Prime. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
But
we've seen
yeah.
that before, didn't we? Didn't we? Yeah, we did. Literally on this. Disney bought a spot for
Yeah.
the Disney
Mandalorian and
for
Grogu.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah. But well, I mean, Disney is their
Yeah, but
competition.
isn't that movie on Disney Plus or is it going
No,
to
it's coming to
theaters? Oh,
theaters.
okay. No, well,
That's
then no
probably
case.
why. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
good
I'm paying
match.
$40 a month for Netflix. I don't want ads.
I get it. I understand it. It's Mania is trying to cover their to not to cover their losses. They're trying WWE wants to make more money by treating Mania like it's the Super Bowl. Because
Yeah.
those slots are definitely expensive to buy
Yeah.
ads.
And the kicker too was when I after the main event, everything it goes off the air and I see there's 4 minutes left. It's 4 minutes of ads.
Yeah, well, you can. I don't know if you knew this. Well, you watched it a bit behind. You can skip
Mhm.
the ads,
Yeah, yeah. I fast
but
forwarded through everything.
it has a YouTube ad lock bar. Like you have to wait till the ad's over, but you don't. You can just fast forward through them.
Even if you're
Which
watching,
means if you watch the replay, the ads are still there. That's why people are paying so much money for those ad spots.
oh, okay, because I just fast forwarded through all the ads. Yeah, that's why I started later.
It's fine. I
Yeah,
started later too. I caught up. I
yeah,
was like 40 minutes after the start, and I still caught up.
yeah. I started about an hour and 10 minutes or so after,
Yeah.
and I caught up right at the main
You
event.
were like 30 minutes behind me when we were talking
Yeah,
about it.
and I caught up by the main event. When you said they just got to the ring is when the last match finished, the Ripley and thing.
It
But
took
going
them
back
like
to this
30
match, it
minutes.
was a decent match. Finn
It was
Balor
good.
does,
No, it was
yeah,
good. The
yeah,
only down match for me right now, in terms of like, well, the first match wasn't even really a match, but I'm not going to knock it. The
no,
Trick and Sami Zayn match, and to be honest with you, it wasn't a bad match. I
no, it
just
was
think
just
listening to people constantly barking at me about the hype of Trick Williams, and then watching this match, I
yeah,
don't see it there. I
no,
know he has the potential, but it's not there yet.
yeah. The Demon Finn Balor does end up winning this match. This feud is
I
definitely
did not
over.
expect that.
No, you thought Dom was gonna go over?
What is putting over fucking Finn Balor do for
I don't know.
anybody?
Hopefully, this will lead to Rey Mysterio losing the Mega Championship too. Ray doesn't, or Dominic doesn't need a belt. Okay, he's mid card fodder. He doesn't need to be at the top of the card.
Yeah, but he's of name recognition in AAA.
Hmm.
This match should have been for the Mega Championship.
I would have loved that. If that were the case, then yes, put Dominic over.
Even if it's not, okay, what does when has Finn Balor beat anyone for a belt recently that wasn't a tag belt?
Yeah,
When
I
have we
don't remember
watched
the
a
last time.
big pay-per-view match with Finn where he won? We haven't. So what's the point of him beating Dominic
Dominic,
Mysterio?
it doesn't mean anything. Yeah,
Yeah. And you're an old man is getting put over versus the guy you're trying to push.
yeah,
Unless the story is going to continue.
which it probably might. But Maybe this will finally tell us the breakup story between Liv and Dominic. Please, please end this
Maybe the
story.
Oswong is gonna come out and face the demon.
I'd love that. Can you imagine TJP versus Finn?
That would be a great match.
Right? Um, Rhea Ripley challenging Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. And all I can think of when you message me is like, oh my God, Jade's trying to do a one wing angel.
It's this match was the definition of slop. Rhea Ripley was not even good in this match.
No.
She like I don't want to knock her because all this shit came out recently talking about why she is so skinny, but like she
Did
doesn't.
they say why? What's the
She
reason?
was sick and she lost all the weight and
Okay.
shit like that. But it's like she doesn't have that the look. The look is what made her special
Yeah.
in the sense that like it made her feel powerful. When she doesn't
Yeah.
look powerful, you don't care what she's doing in the ring, which sounds
Yeah.
stupid, but it's the most important thing from a WWE aspect is the aesthetic
Yeah.
of what you're
Is he?
watching,
Yep.
not from all of wrestling, just specifically in this company. And I think it does take away when you're trying to say it's two powerhouses and you're looking at Jack Jade and
Yeah.
like very Charlotte Flair looking
Rhea.
Rhea.
I
It's like
remember Rhea used to look bigger than Flair. Now she looks about the same size.
yeah. And I mean, it wasn't like she sucked, but you could see there's like she's like a
No.
step behind where she used to be.
And her trying to carry this match because Jade is absolutely awful.
There was a spot where Jade is supposed to run off the ropes into a headbutt, and Jade
Hmm.
is too far away and then has to like jump forward to connect with the
To
headbutt.
connect with it. Yeah.
And then there was another spot where there was like a kick, and Jade missed the kick completely, and they just redid the spot right
They
after it.
they also botched when Rhea was supposed to attempt the
The
Riptide.
riptide where she fell over, but that one
Yeah.
didn't look too bad. But I knew right away, just having the amount of wrestling we watch, I knew that
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, that was a messed up move. We get an appearance by Captain Jack Sparrow and Michin.
yeah, like, and it's weird, like that they gave her the exact same faction type of thing that they had given her in AEW. Like
Yeah,
they're just giving them back.
those characters.
Jade can't do anything else.
No,
And it's like how much progression, how much time have we spent? What did she do in this match that was good? She
nothing.
executed a very good looking one-winged angel, except that she should not be doing that move.
That's only allowed for Kenny.
It's the same way that people used to get mad when other people did the Styles Clash.
Hmm.
People should be really upset that she did this.
Yeah, Kenny should be upset.
Kenny's not the type of guy that would get
No,
upset.
but I'm just saying, like, but she renamed it to the Sandstorm.
Yeah. And it's like people are going to be like, well, it's a little bit different because they land in like a Falcon Arrow instead of
No, it's the same move.
and she kicked out of it too, which
Yeah,
makes it even worse. If you were going to bust that out, they should have ended the match.
that should have ended the match. Yeah, but we don't even get a Jade Cargill win. Rhea Ripley ends up winning this match. She is your
Which
new
we
champion.
knew.
Yeah,
Because want to know what makes this even more predictable of a storyline is once we found out that Bianca Belair is going to be out for another whole year.
yep. Because we
There's
we missed it on yesterday's show, but Bianca Belair, now that she's ready to return, she's pregnant.
so and then the Naomi storyline doesn't matter anymore.
Yep.
So you have no storyline for Jade that you were saving her for. You have to take the belt off her and move it to somebody.
Yeah.
Jade's not
Because
that
now,
popular.
no, nobody
But
cares.
she's not like she's putting butts in seats. Rhea Ripley sells tickets, so you got to give
Yeah.
Rhea the belt,
But we do get an Io Sky appearance. She helps.
which was fun. But it's like then it made me kind of even more sad that why didn't we have the Kabuki Warriors be in the tag match if I'm not going to get the Oscar versus Io Sky
Yeah.
match and then have
Paige.
the Page storyline happen and then
Yeah.
have good storylines instead of just shoehorning a thing in for no reason.
Yeah. It
Because you could have
was
still waited till the Bellas were healthy and then had the Bellas win the tag
win the
belts.
belt. Yeah. But it didn't make sense. So with that, we get our segment where they announce the fake attendance.
No, this
55,000.
this is crazy. They literally added almost 20,000 people to the 2 days. Do you know how crazy that is?
Yeah, because it was only about 40,
It
45,000
was
per
43,000 on the first day and 46,000 on the second day or
legit.
ish.
Yeah. Because they
That's
wanted they wanted
90,000.
they wanted over 100,000. I mean, they even counted Bianca Belair's unborn baby as one of the attendants.
For sure they did.
No, they did. yesterday. John Cena announces like 516, and then she announces that she's pregnant. He goes, okay,
How
517.
much did they say the attendance was yesterday?
50,000 something.
So just like 7,000 tickets got sold within like a 5 hour span at the
No.
no.
Yeah. And then when he said it was something, it ended in a seven. And then when he said that tonight's attendance was 107,000 and something and six, I'm like, okay, then you did add Bianca's baby to the attendance. They probably added all the concession
No,
staff
they do that.
workers.
They've said that that's. I think it was Vince Russo or somebody said that that's how they get the number. They add every single person who's in the building, including everyone who's working, all the WWE staff,
Hmm.
all the wrestlers.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Allegiant Stadium holds 70.
I mean, but you don't get to use the back.
Okay.
But you do
But I
get to
mean,
use the
okay, here
floor. But you do get to use the floor.
in March, a month ago, okay, Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, the boxing match, 71,000.
They use the whole arena though.
Yeah, but I mean, not much more than what it would be for WWE, right?
WWE doesn't get that whole back section. They're
Okay.
probably okay. If you factor in what they lose in seats, it's probably like 10,000. So
Okay.
that's like, and then with the floor seats, they gain back probably like 7,000, 6, 4, let's say 4,500 in floor seats.
Okay.
So you're
So
so you're
if
still
the
missing like
capacity is
6,000.
6,500, you lose 10, which is 55.
Yeah,
So you could still fit 60K in there.
yeah, ish.
60 to 65.
Yeah, it's like the point is like everyone knows what the deal is. Like, why? What's the point of lying? Like, who are you lying to?
Yeah.
If I'm a WWE fan, do you think that I feel so special now because you told me the attendance? I don't care what the attendance is. Do you think I
Yeah.
cared that the attendance in Tokyo Dome was more this year than it was last year, or
No.
that this All In had more people than the last All In? It didn't.
No, it
Like,
didn't, but I don't care about attendance.
who fucking
It,
cares about the
yeah,
attendance? It's how what's the quality of the crowd? And by the way, the quality of this crowd was much better
better than the night
than the night
before.
before.
But mind you, the quality of this card was better than the night before.
Yeah, but they also were much more engaged.
Yes.
Yesterday, it felt like everyone was just there.
Yeah.
So, I
Um,
mean, this
yeah.
match was not. This is the worst match of the night for me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna
100%.
say, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah, it was the worst match of the night.
This was the worst
How
match of
long was it? Like
all
6.5 minutes.
10.
Oh, okay, 10 minutes.
Yeah. I think this was the worst match of the entire card, both nights.
The last main event we watched
Mm.
at us for a Stardom pay-per-view had a longer match than every women's match on both nights combined.
Yep. Okay, no, the Becky Lynch AJ Lee was worse.
No, for the weekend?
Yeah.
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 That was what was our worst match yesterday? Did we both agree it was
Was the
that?
Becky, yeah, it was
Yeah,
Becky AJ.
that's the
Yeah.
worst. Trick
That's the
match
worst.
was nowhere near as bad as that,
No.
and neither was this match because
No.
this match it was just a serve. Like nothing on this card was bad, but like you can easily point out that
Yeah.
this was the weakest match of the card.
Yeah. So Ripley is your new champ. With that, we're going to our main event, CM Punk against Roman Reigns.
Too long on intros.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Two wrestlers that literally are so cocky and egotistical. They both think that they're gods in real life,
Mm-hmm.
and they think that the way that they talk is so cool. When they were chirping each other and you could catch them on the mic, it sounds like what the WWE was like in the PG era. When they
Yeah.
were making John Moxley cut those PG promos and he thought he was so cool, like
Yeah.
talking like he's fucking John Travolta in Grease. That's how they sound.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. But I mean, it wasn't a bad main event. It wasn't a bad
It
match.
wasn't a poo match, not
No.
at all. It
No.
was too long. The story in it was boring as fuck.
Roman both were gassed by the end of it.
Oh, for sure. There was too many rest spots. It was
Hmm.
too long, and like I said, the story
There
in
was
it
a
was
spot. There
boring.
was a spot where Punk legit got pissed off at Roman at the right at the beginning of the match when he's trying to twist him in when he has him in the
I've
headlock
seen
and
it,
he's
and he just
and
dropped him
and
down on the floor.
Roman's like in a weird position. Punk even says, "What are you doing?"
You want to know something that's funny? We didn't even talk about this. I should have taken a note.
Mm,
I have two notes. I actually have two notes. Sorry. One was in the Bianca match, she was or in the Jade Cargill match, she
Yeah,
was
she was
sandbagging
sandbagging
her.
Rhea.
She
Rhea,
kept trying
yeah.
to lift her and she couldn't lift her because she was just not jumping. She never jumps.
Yeah.
And then in the Sami Zayn match against Trick, uh, Trick pins Sammy, and the
Hmm.
referee does a weird count where he literally could have hit three, but he like stops moving his
Stops it
hands
just
and
to
then like
prolong the match.
scoops
Yeah.
because I know I think Sammy forgot that he was supposed to kick out, and the referee like compensated for it
Yeah.
because he's like 1, 2, and then he
The
kicked
was it
out,
the
and you're
no
like,
the Noah thing, right?
yeah, no, like the Stardom
Stardom
fucking
guy, yeah.
when it's just like that weird third count where he like
Yeah.
pauses, but he didn't pause. He went down and then he like stopped.
Yeah. He
Anyways,
was waiting
back
for
to
Sammy.
this.
But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This night two clearly is
Okay,
better.
let's just talk about this match for a second then.
Yeah.
None of the shit talking between them during this
Was
match was
cool.
cool.
No.
It was super lame. It took me out of the match.
It was your basic Roman Reigns match.
The actual ring work was quite smooth,
Yes.
just far too slow paced. Like, I need some kind of action to happen, especially if the story you're telling is boring.
Yeah. And these are two guys that supposedly hate each other.
This is like the other side of it. That's what I was saying. This is the caveat of when you're like, I want longer matches in WWE.
Yeah.
You get boring long
Yeah.
matches. Where it's not necessarily bad ring work. It's just like they're so slow paced and there's so much
Yeah.
rest spots.
Yeah. Like for example, like the Finn match could have gone an extra 4 or
And
5
that one
minutes.
we wouldn't have felt it because it
Yeah.
was really well worked and there was the use of the tables and
Yeah.
like the storytelling that they
Even the
had
ladder
was
match could have
interesting.
used another 2, 3 minutes.
You felt the animosity between Finn and Dominic.
Yes.
You felt the energy in the ladder match. You
Yeah.
didn't feel anything in this match except two
If
old guys wrestling.
yeah, it felt fabricated. It felt fake.
It's like you could watch Jericho versus Ricochet,
Hmm.
right? Or we could watch Jericho versus Tanahashi. Like, which one are you going to want to watch? The one that's going to have some kind of energy to it,
Yeah, which is Ricochet.
right? You're not necessarily going to get a poorly worked match out of Tanahashi and Chris Jericho, but they don't have the ability to
Because
just,
they're both older.
yeah, they can't just like go anymore.
Yeah.
Like, think about it in your head every time you watch the Naito match after he lost the title that went over 15 minutes. You were like, oh my God, how
Pre
is
the
this?
knee surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, how is this still going?
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so. Anyway, in the end, Roman Reigns ends up going over,
I
which
think this is the wrong choice.
yeah.
This is like I said to you, this
This
is
is
the
the
moment
Rock.
when
This is the Rock calling it.
my whole weekend of watching wrestling just all clicked that lined up here, like I said before, and I realized it's all just for a cash out. No, they don't care at all about the product. They're all just
But the
trying to cash
crowd,
out.
other than a few people in the crowd was not happy about this.
I mean, it was more okay for people watching. It was more than he's leading on, but it was kind of like an awkward, like why
They
would
were
Roman be
split.
winning the
They were
belt?
split. The
Yeah,
crowd was definitely split
because
here.
we know how Punk fans are. They don't like anyone except CM Punk,
Hey, I
and
like
we
other
know.
people.
Yeah, if you're a wrestling guy. To most Punk fans in
Okay,
WWE,
WWE Punk fans,
he
yes.
never existed. Oh, they don't even know about the Ring of Honor stuff.
Right.
Like they're just their peak of Punk is him being in the straight edge group with shaved head, fucking what's her
Serena
name?
Deeb.
Serena Deeb.
Yeah, and Festus.
And it's like, but then Roman has the same type of fans.
Yeah.
Roman has attracted the weirdo rollovers from the Ruthless Aggression era and
Yeah.
the new kids that don't know anything about old wrestling. And I'm not
Yeah.
just saying nobody likes these wrestlers. I'm just when I
No, there are
visually
people
meet
that
the
yeah.
people who feel this way, that's usually like people are
Yeah.
fans of them, but the
Yeah.
ones that are like diehards, that's the vibes I get. And then you
Yeah,
have
this was
the punk fans from Ring of Honor who are like he could literally have ran a family bus off the highway and they
yeah.
still wouldn't care. They would still love him no
Yeah.
matter what.
I mean, I was following him since Ring of Honor.
Yeah, and you're one of those people.
No, I follow him. I enjoy
Follow him
him.
off the cliff.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
He would
I'd like to live.
for Punk.
Yeah, exactly. All in all, night two better than night one for sure.
Not even close.
Yeah. Well,
Still wasn't like a fucking spectacular
no. I
wrestling
scored
show.
night one, you scored night two. What would you give this one? Okay.
7.3.
7.3. So last night I gave the show a 7, but then after thinking about it, I gave it a 6. And then this show deserves a 7
Yeah,
for me.
I would give it. I think even at its lowest point, it was a much easier watch than the previous night.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Less matches though, with the same amount of time.
For what we got from the Obafemi storyline thing, and then
Hmm.
the Dominic match and the ladder match made this night worth watching
Yeah.
just for what it was.
Yeah. So
Because
last night, what did we say? What did we say in our memes that we were exchanging back and forth? How many minutes of wrestling was there actually?
in the previous night,
57. Yeah, 50. Last night there
93
was
minutes, I think.
98 minutes of matches,
Yeah,
which I don't even believe that because that's if you count entrances and stuff like
it
that.
was. It counts everything.
Okay, so if you just count the actual match time, you got 23 minutes, 6 minutes, 17 minutes. So we're already at 23, 33, 40, 46, 50, 56 minus 2 is 54. 8 minutes, 54 is 62. 62 plus 7 is 69. 75 minutes of wrestling.
Tonight?
Last night, 75. So the 98 minutes is wrong. That's if you count all the entrances
Yeah,
in.
it's if you count
The
everything.
actual wrestling was 70, just over an hour on a 4 hour show last night.
No, it doesn't count entrances because one of
I'm
the
not
graphics
counting
has
entrances.
entrances
I'm
time.
not
Yeah, yeah.
counting entrances.
Okay.
So actual in ring from bell to bell,
Yeah, yeah,
it
but
was
that and those numbers that they shared, they had a category for entrances, which was 30
okay.
something minutes. So it's counting like the time before the match starts when they're in the ring.
34, 54, 64, 74, 75. This one had 85 minutes bell to bell. Less
This one felt
matches.
shorter.
Yeah, it was done before 10 o'clock though. It was
I
like
didn't
done when,
watch it live yesterday, so I wouldn't know.
yeah, but yesterday ended almost right at 10.
Today was like 9:23, I think it ended.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it was a good show. I'm not going to
yeah.
complain, but for the biggest show in all of the sport, it should be better than
It
this.
should be better than this. Yeah,
Or stop doing 2 nights.
yeah. Condense it, do one night. But
What was the best match from yesterday?
the best match from yesterday, I would probably give it to Gunther and Seth.
Okay, Gunther and Seth. If you took Gunther and Seth, and let's say Fatu
Drew.
and Drew, and you took out the women's match and the trick match out of this, and you put both those matches in here, I think
This
you
would have
have
been
like
an
an
eight and a
eight.
half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're looking at an excellent night. You could even left in both women's championship match. Wait, was there two women's champ? No, only
You
one
had
women.
Rhea tonight, and yeah, there were two women's championship matches. You had Becky Lynch and
No, no,
AJ
that's the
Lee.
Intercontinental. Doesn't count.
You had Liv Morgan and Stephanie
Yeah,
last
you
night.
could have left both of those short ass women's matches in there with that card we just made, and your side would still give it an eight because they wouldn't have
Yeah,
affected it that much.
yeah,
And then you could have just had the Intercontinental or you could have had the US match be on the pre-show and the women's
yeah.
tag match be on the pre-show. And
What
there you
about
go.
the
We just created you a card.
yeah?
Congratulations. No, we don't need anything else. Everything else doesn't have
Even Cody and
yeah, fuck Cody match. You don't have to have that.
yeah,
Do it on Raw. That was a
the
Raw
Usos could have
match.
been on the pre-show.
Usos could have been on Raw. Cody could have been on Raw. The other women's match could have been on Raw.
Yeah, there you go. Done. Done. We're already booking better. So with that out of the way, guys, what would you score WrestleMania? Shout out to Splats. He was the first guy to comment, and he said this is the
See?
first WrestleMania.
Did
It's
he
the worst
actually?
Wrestle. Yeah, he said this is the worst WrestleMania he's ever seen.
Let's see what he thinks about night two.
Night two. So
If you
Splats,
watch this comment in the thing.
yeah, Splats, go please, please do. I agree with you. Last night was the worst WrestleMania we've ever seen.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
What
it's
do
the
you think
worst.
is the worst Mania? Pre seeing that.
Pre-seeing that, oof.
Because we
WrestleMania
and you did give the lowest score we ever gave for a Mania. I checked it. We both gave a 6 for night
2.
one of like the second year we watched or the first year we watched, something like that.
I got it right here. Nope. 2023, we gave it a good score.
Yeah, I think it's 2022.
Night two of 2022, we both gave, all of us gave a 6. Me, you, and Putty.
Yeah, see? That was the lowest score until now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what was the worst Mania you ever watched? Like there must have been like wasn't WrestleMania 7 dog shit?
No, WrestleMania 7 was not bad.
11 sucks. The
11 was
LT
bad.
or
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, that one was bad. I would say WrestleMania 8 was pretty bad too.
That's the one in Caesar's Palace.
No, that's 9
That's the one when Brett loses or beats
to,
Yoka and then
yeah. No, he loses to Yoko and then Yoko loses to, I think 8 was the one with Sid and Undertaker.
just that's like a pretty bad run of Manias.
Yeah.
Do you think any of those were better than the night one of this?
Yes. Because there were actual good matches. I'm gonna look it up now. Timmy's gonna WrestleMania 8.
It's crazy that we watched those NWA and AAA pay-per-views early on and we
Hmm.
gave like WrestleMania night one the same scores that we gave those.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one was bad. The only good match on that card was Savage and Flair. Okay, no, that one also had Piper and Bret
Oh,
Hart were
Savage
just,
and Flair and Piper and Hart were both pretty good.
but everything else was just dog shit. That was Sid versus Hogan.
Multiverse?
Multiverse. But anyway, so with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow, Campo and I will have our review of New Japan, GCW, and everybody else in between. Death Vegas Invitational, it was called, right? Yeah, Death Vegas Invitational. And then the day after that, we will have MLP Multiverse. Multiverse? And if we can find it, we're going to try. We will try, and we will try to get stardom for you guys. So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Let us know what you thought of WrestleMania this year. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.